Quazi here, and in this video, I want to share with you why most people fail at surrendering and letting go, and really what makes true surrender happen to such an extent that anything you wanted to manifest instantly shows up. And by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you 2 keys of how to really surrender. So make sure you stick around till the very end of this video because you don't want to miss out on these 2 keys. Before I begin this video, I wanted to quickly announce that I'm doing a free giveaway of my book, Life Mastery. If you want to enroll into a competition to win this book for completely free at the end of the week, just comment Life Mastery down below, and we'll be picking one lucky winner to get this book in the ebook format. Also, I'm super excited to announce that spots for the free consult with me have opened up. So this is a one-to-one consult with me directly where we will be determining if we're a good fit to work together in the Reality Mastery program. So if you're interested, make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up. So with that, let's get started with this video. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about why most people, fail at letting go and why letting go seems to be so hard. But in actual fact, it is so easy. Like, it's going to be so easy for you that you won't be able to wrap your mind around it. So essentially, what you got to know is surrendering and letting go is the most powerful manifestation process. Hands down, there is no other manifestation process more powerful than you just letting go. Okay? And why this is because there is what is known in ancient yoga, there is what is known as vairagya and abhyasa. Okay? These translate to effort and surrender. Okay? So anytime, the ancient sage Patanjali, in the Yoga Sutras, he wrote down that in order to get very, very successful, take your yoga to the absolute highest level, or become successful in any area of your life, you must be able to balance your effort with surrender absolutely perfectly. Okay, so you got to do your yoga with full effort and not expect anything from it. Completely let go of it. And if you just keep doing that, you'll see that you'll get enlightened. It's seriously that simple. But most people fail at that because we start to get entangled. We walk through life and we get entangled in it. And if you get entangled with life, you're not able to play with it. It's kind of like, let's say you're playing a video game, right? But then you forget that you're playing a video game and everything is so real, everything is so important that you're not able to play fully. It's kind of like that little kid who's afraid of everything, right? He's not able to just play around and have fun because he's afraid of scraping his knee or something. So you don't want to be that kid. Trust me. I've been that kid. It's not fun. So, what you got to know is surrendering is the most powerful manifestation process because once you let go, what happens is you essentially eliminate any importance that you've attributed to it. Okay, now an interesting thing happens when you eliminate importance to one of your goals. And now you might be thinking, well, Quazi, how do I, have a goal but not put importance on it? It again boils down to effort and surrender. If your goal is important to you, you're going to generate what is known as artificial resistance. Okay? So whenever you put too much meaning on something, you're naturally going to generate this artificial resistance. And blocks that originally wouldn't be there start to show up. Okay? So to give you an example, in my coaching business, when, I want to get a client and let's say I haven't had a lot of consult calls and I didn't have a lot of sales calls to, get clients, and all of a sudden I get one. In the month of May, this was what was happening. When I get that one sales call, it becomes so important to me because that makes or breaks my business for the month, right? As opposed to if I had 100 this month. How important do you think that one sales call would be? If I just went out and had 100. Not that much, right? Because my pipeline is full. So I don't really have anything to worry about. If this one doesn't go well, I have the next one. If that one doesn't go well, I have the next one and the next one and the next one. I'm thinking long term. Okay, this is what kind of internal dialogue you got to start developing with yourself to show yourself that nothing is ever too important. There's always going to be something around the corner, right? But we're not able to see that. And because we're not able to see that, we start generating this artificial resistance around it. So anytime you have an obstacle in your life, 99% chance this is self-created. Actually 100% chance it's all self-created. This is a self-created obstacle. Okay? As a result of you attributing too much meaning to it, as a result of your inability to actually surrender and let go of it, you keep bringing it into your life. Some wall naturally arises that blocks you from getting to that. And that wall is created by your attribution of importance and meaning to your goal. Okay? So in order to really knock down that wall, you've got to first look within. So what we try to do is we try to manipulate external reality by trying to, move the pieces. We're trying to barrier, fuck, block this wall, bulldoze it, come on. But then the next wall comes up, because this wall is created by you. But you're not looking within to solve the problem, you're looking without. So this becomes a crazy battle, and we never realize this. We hardly ever realize this. We're stuck in the massive action paradigm, right? So if you're actually looking to understand what influences reality to its very core, make sure you click up here, the little I here. I did a training showing the 3 steps to making this shift in your life possible by solving the internal problem. Okay, so make sure you click up here. It's an hour-long video. You want to pay attention to it and take notes, right? So whenever you get rid of this importance, eliminated, artificial resistance goes away. This is achieved by surrender, okay? The most powerful way to do this is through surrender. Imagine you walk through life and there is no friction. You are just free to go and take whatever it is you want. But right now, it's not that way because we're getting entangled in what it is we want. We want it so bad, we start desiring it, longing it, resisting it, making it important, putting too much meaning on it, and then it becomes a huge problem, right? So what you got to understand is the best things always happen when you least expect it, okay? And you'll see that in your life, whenever good things have happened that have really taken you by shock, you've wanted it before, but it never really showed up when you were expecting it. But now that you don't expect it, it shows up. To give you an example, the month of May in my business, I made absolute zero, right? This May, it's what? December now? This May, I made absolute zero. And when I completely surrendered and let go of it, I started to realize what was happening. The next month, I made 5K in my business, right? The month after, 8K. August was my first 20K month. And then September was 60K. October, 85K. Right? So this keeps happening because now my resistance completely went away. The artificial importance that I generated was completely gone. So that month of May, I had to get into that realization within myself. And I said, fuck it. You know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to just try my best, put full effort, and surrender it. I hit that sweet spot. And that's why it was happening. That's why this forward movement started happening. Okay? So now I'm just free to take whatever it is I want. So I want this possible for you as well. But you got to understand this main principle in order for that to be a possibility. So this is why that revenue spike in my business was explained. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just spiked. Because I wasn't even expecting it. I wasn't expecting August to be my 20K month. When it happened, I was absolutely in shock. I was like, wow, I set this goal a year and a month ago of having my first 20K month. And it happened. Wow, I never really realized that. And you'll see a lot of people have stuff on their vision board and it's already happened, but then they don't realize it. They look back at it and they're like, holy shit, it really happened. I wasn't even expecting it. And this is because the movement happens, the material realization happens kind of slowly. So that also plays a big part to it. But it's also mostly because this artificial resistance that you once generated by just holding on to it. We start to think that if we hold on to it, it's going to come to us. No, it won't. And we start to think that, oh, we know if I want that specific person, I can't let go of that person. If I let go of that person will never come. That person is more likely to come back into your life if you let go of them, as opposed to holding on to them. Right? A lot of people don't understand that. So now I want to share with you the 2 keys that's going to make this letting go possible for you. That's going to make this elimination of importance possible for you. All right, so first and foremost, what you want to do is, number 1, shift your attention. So anytime you're focusing on something, and by the way, check out the previous video where I talked about this and how to really program your subconscious mind to a way that it's aligned to abundance rather than the scarcity. All right. First of all, what you want to do is shift your own attention. And you'll see that 51% of the time, more than 50%, more than half the time, we're focused on resistance rather than what we actually do want. right? So what you also need to understand with shifting attention, the only drawback is that this is a short-term solution. Now, why do I say this? Well, shifting your attention is a short-term solution in the realm of letting go and surrendering, because it's kind of like you're not really dealing with what's wanting and needing to be dealt with, the kind of energy that needs to be let go, right? But rather you're just putting it off to the side and you're saying, okay, I have something more important to do now. So let's say you're feeling anxious about making this video today. Quazi's feeling anxious about making this video today. But Quazi's original intention was that he will be a successful coach and a successful video maker, and he will always be disciplined no matter what. Right? So every single Thursday, even if he's in his deathbed, he's going to make his videos. Right? So now I just find ways to shift this focus on anxiety that I have into excitement. Right? So I say, wow, if I do this today, what's the best that can happen? If I can do videos like this at my worst, imagine what I can do at my best. So this is me trying to prove to myself. This is me programming myself the way I need to be programmed to get what I need to get done. So instead of focusing on the anxiety, I'm shifting my attention to the excitement of what could happen if I have a successful video day when I am at my lowest, right? So anytime you don't want to go to the gym, you're focusing on, I don't like this, I would just rather stay home. That kind of behavior, if you reward it, you're going to get more and more of it, right? If you actually start to feel good because you felt bad and you stayed in and you recovered, then that kind of behavior will keep playing up in your life over and over. You're going to start listening to your emotions. Your emotions are going to run you. You're going to be a slave to your emotions, okay? Unless you're a workaholic and you can't actually rest, then you shouldn't be rewarding yourself when you're, just resting. Rest when you're tired. Learn to rest, not to quit. That's what I would say. So shift your focus, whatever you're focusing on. Gently change the channel into excitement, from anxiety to excitement. Wow, I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to give some value to people. I'm excited to actually transform some lives. I know this is going to help someone. Instead of focusing on, oh no, what if they don't like it? What if they don't like this video? What if they criticize it? What if they leave bad comments? There's two sides to the coin. Which side are you going to focus on? But again, this is a short-term solution, because this anxiety, this energy of anxiety hasn't been dealt with. It's coming up for a reason and it hasn't been dealt with. Okay? So now this brings me to my second point and key number 2, which is experiencing fully. And experiencing fully is the ultimate surrender, okay? This is the long-term solution. Always remember that. Most people are always hiding from anything that is coming up, right? So anytime we feel anxiety, we try to push it off to the side. We're like, oh, this is not me. I'm not feeling it. Say the affirmation. I'm happy. I'm wealthy. And you create more and more resistance to this current situation, right? So what you want to do instead, and most people think letting go is trying to push it. It's not. Letting go is more like letting be. That is more accurately describing this process of surrender. Surrender means whatever you're feeling right now, you let it be, you experience it fully. It's trying to get out, but you're not letting it get out. You're suppressing it more and more. You're entangling yourself in more and more and stuffing it in your subconscious, in your unconscious. And then it goes from being suppressed to being repressed. Okay, there are different levels to this. It becomes first suppressed because you suppress it, and then it becomes repressed. And once it becomes repressed, it starts to haunt you in your conscious living, right? Things start to happen where you can't explain it. You're like, oh, why can't I do this? Why am I like this? And you start to blame it on your genes. But then, this is really conditioning. Years and years of conditioning has molded your unconscious in such a way that that possibility of you being able to do a task like that and not feel a certain way is just impossible, right? So now you've lost complete control of yourself. That's exactly what we don't want. Anything that comes up from your unconscious is wanting to be experienced. And if you experience it fully, it will lead you to newer and newer heights in your life. You will see this, okay? So in yoga, this process of letting be and experiencing fully is the process of karma undoing itself, okay? The process of living is karma slowly undoing itself. And karma literally means action, okay? It's not what goes around comes around, but rather this is the karmic substance that undoes itself so that you can move forward to enlightenment. The etheric body can separate from this physical body. Karma is the only tie that keeps the etheric body to the physical body. And the process of living and experiencing fully is it slowly undoing itself. Okay? And I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. It's too esoteric. But what you should understand for now is once you fully experience something, once you fully observe something, once you watch it, you feel it, you let it be, then this surrender occurs. Then this importance gets eliminated, okay? And to really give you an example of this, it's kind of like when you stub your toe, and instead of going ow, 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 and you like, shake it off, you try to shake it off, you're really resisting the pain, right? You're not letting it be experienced fully. Instead of stubbing your toe next time and shaking it off, trying to shake it off, just stand still and feel the pain fully. Take an ice cold shower, feel the icy cool water on your skin fully. Right? Experience that fully. This is an experience of life that's wanting to be experienced rather than resisted. Okay? And the more you start to do this, the more you'll see avenues of life that were once closed up for you start opening up. And that's all for today. So just to recap, letting go becomes very, very difficult because most people are always in this resistance mode. Right? They don't really know how to let go. They think letting go is pushing it off, but it's not. It's letting be instead. And surrender is one of the most powerful ways to manifest. Things start to show up for you when you least expect it, okay? Example, my revenue spike in my business. And what you gotta know is the process of surrendering is the process of eliminating any importance or any entanglement you have with something, which naturally leads to any artificial resistance that's showing up for it, itself in your reality just completely vanishing, right? And the two keys you gotta remember are key number one, the short-term solution. So this is something that, I don't have time to sit down and process it, so I'll just shift my attention. But then I will come back to it and do the second solution, the longer-term solution, which is experience it fully, right? So let's say right now I have something to do. I set about with an original intention. I want to fulfill my intention. So I shift my attention to what it is I want to focus on. I'm making this video. I feel anxious, but am I going to let the anxiety stop me? Do I let the anxiety run me? No, but I do realize that the anxiety is trying to tell me something. Something is trying to get out. So that needs to be processed. Okay, you can't hide from it forever. You can't watch TV and hide from your anxieties. You can't eat food incessantly and hide from your anxieties. It's going to keep haunting you. If you don't deal with it, it's going to come back to a point where you don't like it. Okay? It's going to come haunt you in a way that you're not going to like it. All right? So this is what you got to understand. These two solutions are very effective, right? But you got to use them and understand when to use what. And I'll leave that up to your discretion. So thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this video helped. If it did, make sure you leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of it. And I'd love to interact with you guys. And also, I'm super duper excited to announce that the free one-to-one consult, as I mentioned before, for the Reality Mastery Program is open. If you're serious about transforming your life and taking it to the next level, working with me to do so, make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for your consult. And let's see how I can help you. All right? A lot of people are using this system, and why this system really works is it taps into the most powerful paradigm of manifestation, which is the identity level. Most people struggle at the surface levels. They work on their actions, they try different things, and then they go into their emotions, they try to feel different things, and then they go into their beliefs, and then they try to shift their beliefs, but none of these yield a permanent result. They always give you a temporary one. Right? So what I'm trying to do with you is get you to a point where your neutral level is no longer at this scarcity, but rather the abundance you want to get to. If you're stuck at 10K a month, you can't move forward, let's help you get to 100K months. Right? This is what we want to do with identity shifting. So make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for your free consult. Hope I see you there. And if you want to take advantage of our free Facebook group, the link for that is also in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.